Good evening, YouTube. Home Theater Joe here, and as usual, I hope y'all are happy, healthy, and doing well. We have a little bit to cover here, so I kind of want to jump into it, but we're going to be talking about LG firmware update 4.30.40. As well, we're going to tie that in with Yamaha TSR 700 firmware update 1.48 there at the back end. So, just so we're all on the same page, let's see what we're working with here. I know I have the C10 as well as the C1, so I just want to make sure we're all clear. We are at the 77 C10 OLED. As far as the software version, you can see we're on 04.30.40. Now, while I'm here, I want to make a couple of distinctions. After a long day of testing and everything else with the Yamaha and the new firmware update, we made a decision to plug the TV back into the display. So this is currently what the display, or what settings are on the display. Sorry, we can't see. We'll go there in a minute. But the important part is, and as you can see, HDMI 1 is labeled PC. All right, and you see the HDR logo up there. Let's go ahead and spam this green button. Oh, and here we are. RGB. That is always important. That's always my goal. So we can see Freesync is activated. Let me just pop back in here to this section so we can take a look. I just want to make sure that we all are on the same page with this. Okay, so HDMI deep color. Again, we're in HDMI 1. Boom, good. Instant game response. Boom, good. HDMI 1. And as well, Amd Freesync on HDMI. Currently, we're on HDMI 1. Boom. My Yamaha receiver is at HDMI 2. So anyway, which happens to be the ARC. You know what I mean, eARC, whatever. So that's our settings. And one more time, I'm going to flash this. Oh, there we go. RGB. Now, I am demonstrating all this to show that as of now, all of my HDMI ports were actually, I never use HDMI 4, ever. So I can't tell or speak to that. So let me just crawl over here for you. And we'll run down these things. As you can see, 4K 120. Run over here to the TV details, and as you can see, Dolby Vision is turned off. We'll get to that in just a second, but everything else, as you would expect to see it, is lit there. Okay, as well, you can see the ALL is checked as well as VRR checked. 4K, HDR10. Listen, auto HDR, y'all. Never, ever, ever. Allow Dolby Vision. I have unchecked this because I don't want Dolby Vision Gaming popping up for any reason. And when I run through the Yamaha receiver, it's not giving me an HDR10 signal. It's giving me a Dolby Vision signal at 60 hertz, which is fine and dandy, but I don't want it. So I leave this, you can't check this because I haven't checked that, right? So I just am not using this. And another aside, I never use 422 ever, because that will bump us right out of our RGB target. Okay, so I want to make sure we all know where the settings are and where the display settings are, as well as the Xbox. Sorry if you hear that. That's my little guy running back and forth. So we know now where the display settings are. We know that the Xbox settings are, and we know where HDMI 1. And again, we can see our signal here. So let's back out of here. I guess one more thing maybe I should show is I'm always in 8-bit, actually. And if you notice here, we're in 8-bit. But if you have a 10-bit signal, it will automatically do what you need to do. We'll demonstrate that now. Go here to Call of Duty. As you can see, we have an HDR signal, instant game response, all that good stuff. And we're at 10 bits. So the system will send out the signal, and the display will automatically give it the 10 bits it's asking for. And you can see we're in Freesync, all this good stuff. So what I can tell you from this afternoon onward, any indication of HDMI problems I may have had yesterday evening after a long, stressful day with the Yamaha and doing every conceivable variation of settings through the display, the receiver, and the Xbox to try to kick out 4K 120 at HDR, I just think it was very taxing. So it's no wonder to me that when we did decide to switch over to the display, it gave me a couple of blank screens. I had to reset or restart the console, turn off the TV, turn off the receiver, all that, because I like to run the sound back through the AVR, for the surround sound. But anyway, I think that may have had something to do with what was going on. So, all I can do here, because let's be clear about this. I'm just a dumb old floor guy talking to my cell phone, and all I can do is report my experiences. As of now, because I have tested extensively this afternoon to make sure I can get 4K 120 10-bit HDMI 1, 2, and 3, no problems. I never use HDMI 4, so I can't speak to that. As far as the message that I put out this morning, listen, I probably jumped the gun. I was probably, I don't know what I was thinking. I just wanted to get out in front of it. And I wanted to say to people, because it has popped up that, hey, you're going to review this. So I just wanted to make sure to say, hey, look, don't do it yet, whatever. And come home this afternoon, and boom, the new firmware is ready. So, my experience, everything's working lovely. All right? So now, let's shift gears for one moment and go right back to Yamaha. I am extremely happy that Yamaha is trying to do what they said they were going to do. But it's not there. It's not working. The reason I showed you one of these menus, excuse me, we'll just do this one more time. The reason I felt it necessary to show you guys the ALL and VRR menus, and you see how they're checked, is because through the Yamaha receiver, even after 1.48 update, these are unavailable. You cannot check them. So that update is missing features for sure. And that's probably why it won't kick out HDR at 4K 120. And I am hoping and praying that it's not because of the SoC, right? But I don't know if it is or it isn't. So the back end of this is a little bit of, little sadness here. But I am very optimistic. It tells me that, man, I think it says a lot to Yamaha. And honestly, thanks for trying on my sub $400 AVR, which I don't even need to run the video through. And as evident, I don't. But truth be told, guys, it would be really nice to just turn on one thing, all right? Just hit one button. Your receiver comes on, your amp comes on, your display comes on, your game console comes on, and you don't have to switch a bunch of stuff. That would just be kind of nice. Now, I know that's a bunch of first world problem stuff, and I live in a budget theater. This notwithstanding, this was not budget. The display, the OLED. But everything else is budget, so good on Yamaha. You know what? And I'm encouraged. And time will tell, my friends. As I'm thinking about time will tell, and then we'll just go ahead and wrap up this video because I'm sure it's getting a little lengthy. Well, let me wrap a bow on Yamaha. Yamaha, you got a lot of work to do. So this is what I would like from the community. Us Yamaha TSR 700 owners, we need to reach out to Yamaha. We need to let them know what our experience is, and we need to let them know that it's not working properly. And try to encourage them to hopefully, get it to where it needs to be, if at all possible. And it's not just the TSR 700, mind you. It's the RX VA2, RX VA4, and maybe one or two more in there, right? So all of you Yamaha owners, 2020 AVR owners with those models, we need to contact Yamaha and let them know we appreciate what they're doing and what they're trying to do, but it's not there yet, and it's got a long way to go. So we would appreciate it if they could expedite that process. Would be very nice. Also, I'd also like to wrap one more bow on something totally unrelated. Going to shift gears, get into the weeds a little bit about the OLED pixel refresher, and I will do a standalone about this as well. I'm willing to die on that hill. It's okay. I always think to myself, you know what? Let me be your test dummy. I'll see what these firmware updates are doing. Hey, and now I'm going to find out what this pixel refresher was doing. Hey, as my buddy Corey or, Ye-Rock, we was joking. I might as well just run it every day, once a week, to see what happens. You know what I mean? So anyway, I just want to say that I'm going to continue to run that pixel refresher. As of now, I'm not going to encourage anyone else to do that. I mean, make your own decisions. I'm going to keep running it, and I'm going to report what happens. So there's a possibility. I could just burn this display right up, burn right through it. Wouldn't that be a shame if I did that? I don't know. By say, spring of next year when the new G series drops, that'd be a shame, wouldn't it? So anyway, yeah, maybe that pixel refresh will get run once a week, and we'll see what's going on with that. But I'm just having fun, man. But I feel like these were some important things to get out. So I guess this is the part where I can tell you guys that. Oh, what? Shh. One more thing. I should have led with this. I'll lead it in the next cell phone talk. Like, the community is growing, man, and it's awesome. And like, the comment section has really been taking care of itself, and there's some great debate going on there. The community is growing, and I'm just really proud to be a part of it. And there's a lot of us now, and it's super awesome, man. So thank you. Now, this is a good part for me to say, or point for me to say, that if you do have any questions or comments, good, bad, or indifferent, because we don't edit the comment section around here, you just go ahead and put it below, because it is greatly encouraged and greatly appreciated. I just think it helps, it helps us to grow. It helps us to get smarter, which makes us stronger, which, information sharing is a good thing, man. And that's what I want to do. I want to share my experiences, and hopefully they can help somebody else. And our community is great about sharing their experiences. So it's awesome. All right. Now I can wrap a medium to large size bow on this. I don't know how long we've gone, but here we are. You know what time it is. As always, thank you for listening. Be good. Be safe. Boom.